learn two phrases. Okay, how many phrases? Two phrases. One phrase is consisting of 2 syllables and another phrase is consisting of 4 syllables. Okay, so first phrase we'll learn is with the 2 syllables. Both the phrases, they are basically, the first phrase is part of Tabla. It does not get anything on the bar. So this is a little easy to start. Now you should ask 3 questions for any new syllable of phrase what you are learning. I don't know whether I discussed with you or not. The first question is where to play on the Tabla. There are 3 distinct places to play, right? One is the second part, ink or the gum. Next is the second ring. And the last is outer ring. This outer ring is called as a kinar and this is called as a love or play. Make sure you are listening it to me. Okay? And the center part is called as a gum or the ink. So what are the 3 questions you should ask? Where to play? That means where at the ink or at the central middle ring or at the outer ring. That is the first question. Second question, what finger or which finger you are using basically. And then the last question is what sound it is. Whether it's an open sound or closed sound. You make sure you ask these 3 questions yourself before you attempt to play for next couple of weeks. So you must know the answer for these 3 questions. Again, what are the 3 questions? Where to play, which finger to play or use, and what sound it is basically. Okay, so you make sure that you remember these 3 questions. Now I'll answer all these 3 questions for the first syllable so that we can basically see how to play that one. And the third one is of course what the syllable is basically. Right? So the first syllable we are learning is called as a T. What is it called? T. So in the English you can write T and then small I. Those who can write in Devanagari, for example in Hindi or in your native language, Gujarati or whatever, Kannada, I would suggest write in those native language. Do not write in English. Do not. Preference, first preference. Kids, you have no choice because I think that's what your first language will be in the future. You can write in English basically. But adult, those who learn probably back in India, your native language, it's always recommended to learn the Indian art in your own language. That's more preferable. I'll explain later on why. Because writing in English is tedious. It's not good and easy exercise. So those are basically even team. If you know your own language, for example, if you know Marathi, you can write in Marathi. You guys, whatever your native language you write. So what is the first syllable we are learning? T. How do you spell in English? Capital T and small I basically. Okay? No, this one is secret. Okay? So that is the syllable we are learning today. It is being played by combining these 2 fingers together. Which 2 fingers? Middle finger and the ring finger. As if you have one solid big finger. Okay, what I am using? Don't play guys. Make sure that you are listening to me please. When it comes to the playing, I'll ask you to play it basically. So combine these 2 fingers, middle finger and the ring finger, closely so that there is no gap. This is not recommended. Okay, if you try to do with this is not recommended. So try to combine these 2, join them firmly so that there is no gap between the finger. And now with the tip of these 2 fingers, what I said? With the tip, not with the bottom portion. With the tip of this portion, you are hitting exactly at the center of the tabla. So you got the finger, don't play it, just listen to me. So you got the fingering, you got the location, you got the name of the syllable. Now what is the last question remaining? Speak louder. So the answer is it's a closed sound. So if you know the 3 answers, you should be able to play that phrase. So I'll play a couple more times, just observe and then we'll play together for a while. Okay? So first thing is, make the hand position like this. In this scenario, these 2 fingers are up in the air, or basically not in the same level of these 2 fingers. The reason is, when you are hitting on the tabla, we don't want these 2 fingers to hit on the tabla to get the double clicking sound. So these 2 fingers should have at a different level than these 2 fingers. So this should be little downwards, these 2 fingers, and these 2 fingers should be little upwards. So make sure that you got this hand position. Now with this tip, hit it at the center of the tabla. Again your orientation has to be 4 o'clock. It cannot be this. It cannot be this. So this is again the 4 o'clock is must all the time. Don't try to help him, please. Okay, let him alone, bias. Don't try to help him at all, please. I will be a little tough, but make sure that he goes by his own, please. Okay. So make sure with the tape you are hitting at the center of the tabla basically. And what sound it is? So that means you are holding your finger tightly down. Sorry in case you will kids. Okay, please. I want him to be of his own. Okay. Otherwise then he'll get that habit all the time. That yeah, mom is telling me, he's pushing me. You don't want to get it happen. Let him think of his own. And if he has any question, he'll ask me. Okay, please. Sorry about it. Okay. So, got it this part? So with the tip of this, hit at the center of the tabla and hold your finger tightly down. Don't release it basically. So, right? I'm holding my finger down. I'm not lifting my hand basically. Don't wait. Just listen for a while. Now observe that these two fingers are up in the air. This is up in the air. My hand is only resting on the tip of the tabla. I'm not touching this part. It's not that I'm holding something like this. No. I'm just telling you which you should do and which you should not do. So, this is no. Okay? This is no again. So, what are the things you should avoid? I'm telling those things. Make sure that you don't do that. Resting hand here will lead to the trouble that all your weight will lie here and the sound here will be very weak. We don't want to happen that. Rather, right? No. Okay? Because that's an open sound. Not correct. If you do this, that is also not correct. Why? Because you are keeping all these two fingers down. We want this finger up to be here. So what is this syllable called? T. K-I-T. Everybody got it?
Yeah.
So what should you follow? First step is make this hand position. Let the hand be at 4 o'clock orientation. Pull your finger down at the center, adjust it at the center and hold your hand there tightly basically. Okay? So play together. 1, 2, ready, go. 1. Make sure that when I say go, we play together, okay? So 1, 2, ready, go. 1. I want only one sound, not 10 different sounds. Okay? Make sure you align with me. Okay? 1, 2, ready. 1, 2, ready. 1, 2, ready. Good. 1, 2, ready. Good job. 1, 2, ready. One last time. 1, 2, ready. Your fingering is not correct, my friend. Which finger I say? Exactly. Don't change the fingering. Otherwise, you will be in trouble. I'll be in more trouble. Huh? Make sure we both are not in trouble. Okay? Don't change the fingering. Everybody okay with that? Anybody has any question? Sure. This side? This side? Yes. What letter you use in the English? Same like T, right? That's the problem in the English. But if you are using Devanagari or Hindi or other, you have specific letter for specific word basically. And that's what, once you go home, you will not understand whether it was T or it was T. And that's the problem will happen to start with those who are writing in English basically. So you can write T basically again. Don't write small t, rather make a capital T. But make sure that you remember that T stands for T, not T again basically, or not T. So T is different than T basically. And that's what the problem is in the English basically. In the Devanagari, our language is much richer than the English language, unfortunately. But unfortunately nobody uses our language. That's a different story. So what is the next syllable?
T.
T. Okay, don't say T. What we will be saying? T. But what you are writing? You are writing T. Again, I guess if you are verbose, you can write in your language. Okay. So now, what are the 3 questions? Which finger? Okay. So now use your index finger tip. Which finger? Index finger tip. Location is same exactly at the center of the tabla. And the sound is close sound. So you got answer of all 3 questions? Okay, now what do you guess? What did I say? Huh? Where is your index finger? So you have only one index finger, right? part of index finger, right? Yeah, so now this is only finger. Okay? So listen again one more time. So index finger, tip again. You are not using the second portion of this fingering basically. Okay? Let me finish. Okay? At the center of the tabla, and it's a closed sound. Okay? Now, when it comes to the position of the hand, now these three fingers will go up in the air and this thing will be in the downside. So whichever, bottom line is, whichever finger you are using to play, that finger will have a lower level than the other finger. Remember this one. Write down probably in your notebook. This is important part. So whichever syllable you are playing, that level has to be more closer to the tabla than the other finger, to not to get the double clicking sound. Okay? Remember that. This is the most important concept in the tabla. Now, when you are playing a tur, again the orientation is at 4 o'clock by default. Don't change into that. Adjust the tip at the center of the tabla by orienting your hand properly basically, and then just pull the hand top to bottom and hold it tightly. So it comes. Listen forward, okay? Don't play it. Touching this finger. These all fingers, they are up in the air. It's not happening. No. Or not this way. Or not this way. Or not this way. Okay? Or don't put this hand here. So this part touch. Got it? So what is this syllable? So, everybody okay? Any questions? Somebody has any questions?
Yeah. So you use this part of the thing, right? Not this part.
Not this part.
Just this part.
Not this part. Okay? You are having some question? Everybody is okay with that? So play together. And I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you are following the same rhythm. Okay? So only now fingering is index finger at the center of the tabla. So 1, 2, ready. 1, 2, ready. 1, 2, ready. One last time. 1, 2, ready. Which finger you use? B? Next finger. What is this middle finger? You are playing somewhere here. You understand English? What did I say? Which finger? Tell me the answer. Huh? I can't do. Then it forms a phrase called theater. So T is one syllable, T is one syllable. Now when you combine those two syllables, it forms a phrase called theater. One of the most important phrases in the tabla. So write down the phrase is theater in your notebook basically. And now we'll see that how that theater will be played consecutively. Okay? Got it? Now let's see how the theater basically as a phrase we can play. So that means it has to come back to back, no gap. So after T, you are doing T. After T, you are doing T. So it's basically you are keeping in the loop. So if I am saying that phrase, what I am saying, T, 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 T. So I am doing a clap system basically to establish a rhythm. So this is my rhythm. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. T, T, T. Got it that? The same thing I will follow when I am basically playing that phrase. Okay, so I will play that phrase to start with. Understand that how it goes, and then we will play together. Before that, this. Once the first syllable is T, what I am trying to do, I am adjusting my hand such that this finger is falling at the center. Right? So this is T. Now once the time comes to play T, what I am doing, I am lifting my hand up slightly, I am moving my hand to the right, adjusting my index finger to the center, and then pulling it down. Now again, when I am repeating this, I am lifting my hand up. If you guys stop playing, please make sure you you are listening here. Okay? I will come, we'll break together later on, but make sure you are listening here. Again, I will recap it basically. So firstly, then lift your hand, move it to the left, the right basically, adjust the finger at the center, pull it down, and then lift it up, go to the left, chop. So that mechanism has to happen when it comes basically playing back to back. So there is a movement of hand from left to right and right to left. That must happen. Must. If you play T here and turn here, what's happening? First thing is sound will be different. The sound here is different. That's the first thing. Second thing is you will not get the speed. So make sure that you are following the location and you are following the flow of the hand and the finger. So when you practice theta at the home, make sure that your hand goes in this direction. Okay? So watch carefully. Anybody wants to take a video, that's fine too. Anybody want to record it, that's fine too. This is the key phrase. So make sure you work theta this week. Must. Next week you should be basically must in theta. That's what your homework will be. So unless you follow the fingering, unless you understand the flow, you will not able to manage it basically. So you make sure you look at it and basically understand it. Dhruv, make sure you are listening here, my friend. I'm not playing C and then here. No, those things are avoidable. Not this one. Different sound. That movement must. 4 o'clock must. Close sound must. Fingering must. All those are must. You should follow those. I'll play a little bit faster to get you that how that will happen. Speeding, you will understand that mechanism of basically transferring hand. But if you will not get speed. If you do it this way, you will not get speed. Sound is different, but this will get habit of basically having the hand left, right, left, right, left, right. You got the concept, everybody? Again, this is the key part to play this phrase. Move your hands smoothly from left to right and right to left basically. Any questions so far? Yes. Hand has to move in basically left, right, basically. That is must. That happen must basically. Okay. Let's play together now. We'll not go that fast. Okay. I'm not that. We'll go very slow to start. Okay. So one, but now it's repeating. Okay. You're not stopping in between. So you make sure that your hand goes back and forth properly. Okay? So 1, 2, ready, go. Start. Put down your tabla. Keep playing. Good. Very good. Good. Put down your tabla, my friend. You have to be somewhere else. Lay at the center. You are holding your hand, my friend. Hold your hand. You do not use tabla. You are not looking at the tabla. With the teacher, yes. I know you are excited, I know that. You like to. So the next phrase we are learning on the, next syllable we are learning on the baya. The syllable is called as a K. What is it called? You can write K. Okay. It's also called as a key. So you can write K and I. Okay. So there are different names. So one is K another is ki, another is k. So now when you are writing k and k in English, same, no change. But in Devanagari, you have k differently, you have k differently. And those are again advantage I am telling you. So use Devanagari, please, those you can. So what is the syllable we are now learning? It has a different three names. One is a proper name and two probably nickname, whatever you want to call. So k, ki and k. Okay, same different names, but the playing part is basically exactly same. So now what are the three questions again? What finger? Right? So this k, ki, k played with a complete flat hand. Okay, by the way, this is played on the baya. So this is not on the tabla syllable. Okay? So this is on the baya, that means you are using your left hand. So it's played with a flat hand. Okay? Complete hand. It's not being played with any particular finger. No index finger, no middle finger, or no ring finger, or no pinky finger. It's a complete flat hand. So your hand has to be pretty flat. Combining all the fingers together, and then no gaps in the finger. Don't play like my friend, please, okay? It's pretty flat hand, no gap between the finger. It's a close sound. So you got answer of second question. Now where to play? It's a little tricky here. So the first thing what you are observing is that orientation of the baya. You make sure your baya is oriented such that the smaller portion goes opposite to you and the bigger portion is basically facing towards you. Okay? Now keep the hand in the orientation of 7 o'clock to 1 o'clock. It's exactly opposite than tabla. Tabla you are doing 4 to 10. On the baya you are doing 7 to probably 1 or 2, whatever you call. So now